there's less for them
There's
to
less
care
sense
about.
involved.
There's
Less experience.
less sense, less experience, and less for them to care about, because a lot of the collegiate students will have people in their group who can be like, hey,
that's right.
This is what you're doing right now is a little bit crazy. Whereas with the high school students, and now the gun's like,
look. I said it. I think I said it last week. I want all. I know President Trump listens to the Inside Drive.
Yes,
he's a golf fan. I know he's listening. So President Trump, you can cease all border wall operations and move all of that to building a wall between Alabama and Georgia and Northwest Florida. Because that way we will have no more shootings and no more idiots who can't read no U-turn.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Georgia.
Oh, man.
All right, before I offend any more states, let's get to a break here. That was your afternoon delight here on the Inside Drive. When we come back, we're going to talk more from the Masters, probably talk a little NFL draft, and we might bounce into some baseball. Don't forget, we're only about less than 20 minutes away from your chance to win tickets to the race to Talladega. You're listening to the Inside Drive on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Keep the game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the Sports Talk and Live play-by-play have to end. Just say, hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida. From Michigan Avenue to the Man Cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Thursday. Sunny the remainder of the day with a moderate breeze at 13 miles per hour out of the west-southwest and temps near 73. Tonight we will have clear skies and a wind speed of 9 miles per hour and be quite warm at 67. Mostly sunny tomorrow and a high 76. Sunshine Saturday with a temp of 71. Sunday the high will reach 73 with sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Whether you're an experienced investor or first-time buyer, Beach House will provide you with top-notch service to guide you through every step of the process. We make the real estate process fun and easy through effective marketing, strategic advertising, and always a client-focused experience. From single-family homes to full-scale developments, Beach House Sales Development has you covered. Check them out at beachhousesalesfl.com or give them a call at 850-919-3500.
Now back to the Inside Drive, live and local from the Gulf Plus studios. Live from the 19th hole.
I can't believe you're a professional golfer. I think you should be working at the snack bar.
It's the Inside Drive.
The price is wrong.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And we are back Inside Drive here on a Thursday afternoon, joined by Chef Ross and David Hayes. And folks, the lead is down to 3 under, and guess who's sitting atop the leaderboard?
Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty Scheffler in a 3-way tie at the top with Tyrrell Hatton and Justin Rose, the English invasion. Aaron Rai, who also from England, who was in the lead, has dropped back to 2 under par. Big log jam there. And Joaquin Niemann sitting right off of that lead also at 2 under. Freddie Couples back to 1 under on the day. And as we saw, Rory is on the course and just threw it real tight short side on the first hole. So Rory looking to take it to 1 under par as well. 2-time champ Bubba Watson from Florida also sitting at 1 under, as is Patrick Reed and Colin Morikawa. So we're going to have a lot more fireworks here as the afternoon crew is just making their way.
And Nick Dunlap is getting his money's worth.
Yes, we finally have someone who's putting up a real score.
Plus 11.
There you go,
Plus
baby.
11, that's my favorite number. Way to be.
He's getting more money's worth out of his shots. You know, he's getting to see the whole course. Well, let's talk about it, Dave. You and I are Titans fans.
Yeah, we are.
I would say long suffering. It's not very long suffering,
It's
but we're
long
Titans
suffering.
fans.
This
but,
is
typical Titans. You're going to get the number one pick in the 1 year where you don't want it.
Right.
But, Mel Kiper has put out his latest updated version. I mean, we're only about 3 weeks from the draft.
Oh,
I guess.
yeah. April, 24th, 25th, and 26th?
Yes,
I
yeah,
believe?
maybe
So,
about 2 weeks,
2 weeks,
actually,
yeah,
from
2
today.
weeks,
Yeah, it'll be
exactly
Thursday
today.
night. Going to be in Green Bay this year, which should be a
Yes.
lot of fun.
Yeah, we're
obviously,
sending Ross
they
there
have-
on a hot air balloon.
Sweet. They have really upped their game the
Yeah.
last several years. I mean, obviously, we've had it, in Philly, it's been in Vegas.
Where was it last year? Was it Vegas
I think it was
last year?
Vegas
Detroit.
No, it was Detroit
Yeah,
last
that's
year.
right.
Vegas, you had it downtown on Broadway and in Nashville, which was a great show.
That was the biggest one, I believe, right?
I
That was
don't
the first one, too, wasn't it?
Well, it wasn't the first one. I think Philly really took it to another level.
Yeah.
And then I think Nashville, then Vegas, then Detroit. But it's certainly just a huge event and a whole lot of fun. But it also sets the stage for your teams. And this year could be interesting. I mean, because there's no real clear-cut, superstar
Last year broke the record in Detroit at
Detroit.
775. The previous record was Nashville in 2019.
Okay. So I did like it when they were interviewing the guys in front of the Bellagio fountains in Vegas, too. But so this year, without that, there's a lot of intrigue. You could have a lot of picks go a lot of different ways. I think a lot of people are expecting a lot of trades, but without big names, sometimes you don't get a lot of trades. So, the Titans, obviously, I would love to see them stockpile picks. I think you probably would as well.
Yes,
because
definitely.
We don't have one need. We have many needs. We have one need at every position.
Right.
But it looks more and more likely, and this is the way Mel Kiper's going. Now, he didn't project any trades in his for this purpose. It does look more and more likely that Cam Ward is going to go first overall to the Titans, quarterback out of Miami. That being said, I'm pretty sure the CIA does all of their counterintelligence training at the NFL draft every year. So you see a lot of stuff. I mean, who can forget the Mac Jones is definitely going number 3 in the Trey Lance saga that came out of nowhere.
Right.
Of course, that didn't work out real well for either team, but it is what it is.
Well, Mac Jones found his way.
He had a good year.
back. That's why, if you love something, let it go.
Yeah.
It'll come back to you.
That's right. So here's Mel Kiper's, and I'm just curious what you guys think on this and all like that. Number 1 pick, Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward from
Sensible.
Miami. I mean, do you think that's the way to go?
I think that's the direction that they're going. I know Amy Sistrunk Adams went down there to meet with him, and I feel like if your owner's going to meet with someone, if his character matches what I want for our franchise quarterback, then that's the direction that we're going to go. But hey, you've done it 2 times in the past, Amy, with Malik, now not drafting it that high, but Malik Willis, Will Levis, neither one of those have worked out. In fact, you get rid of Malik Willis, and then he beats you 2 years later. Were they in Green Bay or were they in
They were in Tennessee.
It was at Tennessee.
Yeah. They beat you on your home field with your proposed, new quarterback.
The last time the last 2 times the Titans have taken a quarterback inside the top 9, because I want to say Locker was 10th when they
Locker was a
Vince Young
Vince
at
Young.
3, and then Marcus Mariota at 2.
Yeah, and Vince Young, really even Marcus,
I thought Vince played fine.
Yeah.
I think the problem was Fisher never wanted him.
right.
And he made that known.
And that's a terrible
was a
situation to go
horrible
into,
plan.
especially then you hear all of the later talks about, the mental health aspect. And now, now had that situation been going on now, how it was going on then, I think it would be handled totally differently.
We always said Jeff Fisher's problem was that Vince Young was too talented. 8-8.
Right, exactly.
That made Jeff Fisher's head explode.
Exactly. He had a little bit too much anxiety riding around. Got to stay at 500. A little bit above or a little bit below just won't do.
Look up mediocrity in the dictionary. You'll see a picture of Jeff Fisher.
And I love Jeff Fisher,
Jordan
but
Spieth
that's just
birdied 1.
Hey, there
we
you go,
go.
Jordan. So,
That's not just, that's recap.
okay. So, I think it makes sense because short of picking up, a vet like a Rodgers, which I would have loved 2 years ago, or a Kirk Cousins or somebody like that to give you kind of a stopgap guy, I think going and trying to make a play for Cam Ward is fine. I personally would rather see an Abdul Carter or a Mason Graham. I understand you're overdrafting them maybe at 1.
Yeah.
But that's where I'd love to see the Titans go. But at the one pick, Ward's the only one that really makes sense to
Abdul
me.
Carter scares me because of the injury concerns already to this point. And does it work out for some of the guys? Yes, but that's, I mean, if we're talking about places of need with Jeffrey Simmons right up there, and I don't think that the defensive side of the ball last year got discouraged because it was like, no matter what we do, we could hold the offensive team to 14 points and it would be a 17-14 game, and Will Levis is going to find a way to put it into the hands of the opposing defense for us to lose.
He was good at completing passes.
Just to the other team.
That's right.
Or just throwing
Jameis
them
Winston,
backwards,
school of
whatever.
Quarterback. At number 2, the Cleveland Browns on the clock. Mel has the Cleveland Browns taking Travis Hunter from Colorado. That would be an interesting pick. Look, obviously they're kind of stuck with the Watson contract, and he's had the setbacks. But
I could see Cleveland trading back, and this is something that I heard J Mac talking about on the Colin Cowherd show. But when he said it, it made sense. Who's the offensive coordinator over there at the Cleveland Browns? Tommy Rees.
Yeah.
Tommy Rees was the offensive coordinator in the best year that Jalen Milroe had at Alabama. If they're looking for a quarterback, which do you think Kenny Pickett is the way to go? I don't think any of us can strongly say yes. So Jalen Milroe, he's been invited to the draft. You know that he's not worth the number 2 pick. Do you want Travis Hunter? Or do you want to drop back in the draft and get Jalen Milroe and stack up some picks?
Who's going to come up to 2 and pay for a boatload of picks for Shedeur Sanders? Because that's who they're trading up for. And
would it be that? I mean, or does someone want to take that experiment with Travis Hunter? You know what I mean? They could trade up
Abdul
to
Carter.
get Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. I don't know why a team would want to.
So interestingly enough, Mel had a similar. He didn't have them trading down, but he had Cleveland taking Hunter here, and then getting a quarterback to start the second round, which we'll get to.
Okay, all right.
You're close. You're not exactly on the right track, but you're close. The number 3 pick, New York Giants.
Shedeur.
Everybody thought Shedeur, right?
Oh,
They have just signed Russell Wilson.
yeah.
They
It
have
does
just
make
signed
it-
Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
They still may sign Shedeur Sanders, but Mel says, not so fast, my friend. This is where he has Abdul Carter going at 3. That could be a good pickup.
Abdul Carter's still the highest ranked player in the entire draft, is he not?
I believe so. I mean,
It depends on who is doing it.
Right, and you know how much weight they put on quarterbacks. I mean,
Yeah, they always put the high weight on quarterbacks, but you're always taking the 5th best quarterback before the best
defensive end or whatever. Yeah. And Abdul Carter on the opposite side of Brian Burns. I mean, that could be something.
Look, I have said this for a long time. You watched them at the end of the year. The Giants are not that far away. And they're not as ready as the Commanders were, but they're not that far away. And if Russell Wilson can come in there and have a solid season, they've got weapons all around. You augment that with 1 or 2 nice defensive pickups. Giants, I mean, their biggest problem is they're in a decent division. The Commanders are playing well. The Eagles and the Commanders were both in the NFC Championship game. The Eagles are defending world champions. And the Cowboys can't keep getting it wrong. Oh, yes, they can.
Yeah, they can, and they will.
But that's a good division. So we'll have to see. At number 4, the New England Patriots going into the SEC for Will Campbell, offensive tackle. Look, I've always felt like, those are the people that you absolutely lock up in the draft. Will Campbell, they have going here. I think it makes sense. I mean, you got to protect Drake May. We'll see. There are some sexier picks, but make sure you protect your highest investment is good. The Jacksonville Jaguars, Mason Graham, who might be, in my mind, the best overall player in this draft.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. Despite the fact he went to Michigan. Just kidding, Michigan. Mason Graham's a great player.
They're going to have a load of talent going to the NFL, too, this year, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. So Mason Graham going to Jacksonville. I mean, that's fine. They've obviously put some effort into the defense the last couple of years. But Mason Graham there, I think, is a good pickup. Number 6, another team we thought would go the quarterback route, the Las Vegas Raiders. Mel has the Raiders going Ashton Genty from Boise State. Running back going, this would be the highest since Barkley, I believe.
This one I have on the score that just released.
Jahmyr Gibbs was like 7th.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he went higher than 6th. Though.
Yeah, don't think so.
This one that released on the score, mobile, has the Raiders taking Will Johnson.
And Will Johnson, the best defensive back in my mind in the draft. The Jets at 7 are going to take Armand Membu, offensive tackle from Missouri.
So that would be second tackle off the board or
And
second
both
lineman?
from the SEC,
Yeah.
correct, both.
And they get rid of Aaron Rodgers and draft an offensive player.
Yeah.
At number 8, the Carolina Panthers select Jalen Walker, linebacker from Georgia. Wait a minute. Linebackers from Georgia all go to Philly.
Philly, right.
Or speed court, traffic court.
Yeah. Well
They
played.
start there, brother. They
At
start
number
there.
9, our first shakeup in the draft, your New Orleans Houdat Saints select from the University of Colorado, Shedeur Sanders.
And I actually like that pick. The Saints are desperate for a quarterback. The Saints are desperate for everything, and they don't have any money to spend.
Yeah, they absolutely don't have that.
They can lock up a quarterback for 5 years pretty cheap, and hopefully they'll figure out the salary caps in the next couple of years to get some talent in that building.
Yeah.
I'm going to wing through a couple of these a little more quickly. At 10, the Bears, Tyler Warren, tight end, Penn State.
This is where they have Ashton Genty for the score.
And I would understand that. At 11, if this falls this way, this is going to be probably the steal of the draft and one of the steals of the draft. At number 11, the 49ers, Will Johnson, defensive back, Michigan. This is another one of my top 3 overall players in the draft. Big time talent. Obviously, DBs are hugely important. That'd be a great pickup. The Cowboys, they can't screw up another draft, can they?
Oh, but they will.
Omarion Hampton, running back, North Carolina.
Right.
Good player.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd take him at 12.
You do need the running back, though.
You do.
need the running back over there for
To me,
Dallas.
if I'm
You
not
need
getting
Dak to stay
Janty,
healthy.
I'm going to take a running back in the 2nd or 3rd round.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm using my first round pick on that. Yeah.
The Dolphins taking Jahdae Barron, DB from Texas. 14, the Colts, Colston Loveland, tight end from Michigan. The Falcons taking linebacker Mike Green from Marshall. First wide receiver off the board, other than Travis Hunter, Arizona Cardinals, Matthew Golden from Texas. Not a name that's been high up the board.
Yeah, no, I feel like that would have been T-Mac out of Arizona.
Yeah, or Luther Burden.
Yeah, Luther Burden.
So
Yeah.
this one has T-Mac going to the Cowboys.
Yeah, and that one I've seen that in a lot of drafts. 17, the Bengals. We finally get a roll tide on the board. Jihad Campbell.
One of my favorite players from the Tide.
Very
last year.
underrated player in this draft. He's going to be a good one. Seahawks taking Kelvin Banks from Texas, offensive tackle. 19, the Bucks taking Nick Emanwari, the safety from South Carolina. And in this draft, imagine this pairing. The Broncos at 20 get Teteroa McMillan from Arizona to pair with Bo Nix. That would be
that would be a really nice pickup because I mean Cortland Sutton really came a long way too and was a huge help for Bo Nix, but to get another receiver on the opposite side of him would be huge.
Let me hit a couple quick ones. The Packers at 23 would take Michael Williams from Georgia. In this one at 26, the Los Angeles Rams select Jackson Dart from Ole Miss, so third quarterback going to the Rams. Which makes sense. Stafford doesn't have much longer. At 27, the Ravens, Malachi Starks from Georgia. The Commanders at 29, Shamar Stewart, defensive end at A&M. That's a stud player there. Look, if you're going to the first round, you're a stud player. Linebacker from Tennessee, James Pierce, they have going to the Eagles. Interestingly enough, the Cleveland Browns to lead off the second round are going quarterback. Are they going to follow David Hayes' advice and take Jalen Milroe?
Nope.
Tyler Shaw from
Shuck.
Louisville, or Shuck from Louisville. And then at 34, the New York Football Giants.
Take Jalen Milroe.
Jalen Milroe
What?
from the University of Alabama.
That would be the craziest locker room, quarterback room, maybe of all time, to have Russell Wilson, Jameis. It's like you don't even know if you're Jalen Milroe, which guy am I supposed to be like learning from right here, and which personality do I grasp onto?
Well, Russell can teach him how to fumble, and Jameis can teach him how to throw it to the other team.
Yeah, there
So,
you go.
And Tommy Cutlets can teach them where to go for good Italian.
there you go.
Yeah, there you
Well, we got to get to a break here, but hey, it is that time, David, where we're going to find out who has their chance to take the race to Talladega. So I'm going to pitch that over. Well, we're going to do that coming out of the break here.
Yeah, once we get back, I'll give you the name.
All
here
right,
and-
folks. So if you texted in this morning the keyword, make sure you're listening now, because when we come back, it's your chance to win the race to Talladega. You're listening to Inside Drive here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage
Winter Storm Enzo.
and breaking weather as it happens.
Hurricane Helene.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
Lone Star Boil House's 3-year anniversary weekend continues with the Masters Watch Party this Sunday. All-you-can-eat crawfish, $49.99. 3-pound crawfish trays, just $20. Pimento cheese and crab sandwiches, Georgia peach ice cream sandwiches, and more. Watch the Masters on the Jumbotron. Come dressed in your best golf gear for a chance to win the Best Dressed contest. It's the 3rd annual Masters Watch Party this Sunday at Lone Star Boil House. 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
Is your car pulling left or right? Do your tires look like they're losing their roundness? These are all symptoms that your car is in need of an alignment. Here at Alford Tire and Service Center, we offer all sorts of services, including alignments just for $89.99, which is backed by our nationwide warranty and easy financing options. If your vehicle feels like it's steering you off the road, let us steer you back in the right direction. Located on Tyndall Parkway in beautiful Callaway, we do it all at Alford Tire and Service Center.
That boot store invites you to think outside the box this Easter by going Western for your Easter outfit. From the smallest to the largest and famous name brands, sizes, styles, and colors. From pants to shirts to belts and boots for guys and gals, the perfect Easter outfit is waiting for you. So this Easter, dress up the whole family by shopping That Boot Store. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 9 till 5. Friday and Saturday, 9 till 5:30. Next to Bill Burr Kia 15th Street, Panama City. That Boot Store, where God is good all the time.
Broadcasting from the Gulf Plus studios, it's the Inside Drive. Spreads, picks, and parlays. Get the breaking news, insider angles, and expertise so you can run your game.
I told y'all to run that.
And now the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Okay, folks, hopefully you've been listening intently here at everything we've had to say, but we know this is why you've been listening. You want your chance to win the race to Talladega. So those of you who have texted in the keyword, make sure you're listening carefully right now, because when I give the name, then you have to give us a call at the studio at 215-6290. That is 215-6290. How fast you call will be your qualifying time. And today's winner is Buckeye Don. Buckeye Don, you are now on the clock. Give us a call at 215-6290. And ESPN's Race to Talladega. Again, listen to Coach Hale every morning at 7:15 and 8:15 a.m. for your chance to learn the code word of the day. When you hear that code word, text it and your racing name to us here at ESPN Northwest Florida, 850-215-6290. Then listen in live here at 1240 with the Inside Drive and 540 with Dave and the Underdogs. And if they announce your name, race to the phones and give us a call at 215-6290. How long it takes you to call back is your qualifying time. The 2 fastest qualifying times will win the race to Talladega and 2 tickets to the Jack Links 500 on April 27th. Plus, You're going to win tickets to the ARCA Menard Series General Tire 200 and the NASCAR Xfinity Series Ag Pro 300 doubleheader on Saturday. This contest runs until April 18th, and all qualifiers instantly win Cool Station Stash from Pepsi, Tommy's Express, and ESPN Northwest Florida. The race to Talladega is sponsored by PCB Hobby, Panama City Toyota, Buffalo Rock, Hampton Inn on Thomas, and the Home 2 Suites. So good luck there to Buckeye Don.
Yeah. I mean, at this point.
Hey, you can still win. You just may not be going to tally. But everybody who gets to call in wins.
It is 2 separate winners going to Talladega.
That's right.
Exactly. 2 seconds is, the top qualifying time, but there's no other qualifying times right now.
That's not even left side tires. That's a splash of Sunoco fuel, as they say.
And all you have to do is call in and get your, at least you get your qualifying prizes. My goodness gracious. Come on, y'all.
That's right. So Buckeye Don, give us a holler here. Where do we want to go, guys? I'll leave it up.
Well,
I mean, we want to stay with the draft. We want to go into baseball from yesterday. What do we want to
real quick, Colin Morikawa has now joined the leaders 3 under for the Masters.
So now we're 40. Favorite. There we go. Actually, I'm going to do this. Chef Ross clued me into a pretty cool little story before we went on the air, and I'm going to go into this one. Dave, I don't know if you've heard about this one or talked about this. I just went full Jay Leno. Hey, have you heard about this? Have you talked about
the college baseball?
Yeah. So.
Yeshiva?
Yeah.
And Lehman?
2 college baseball. Have you done this one?
Just yesterday, yeah. Okay. But not on the inside drive. It was on the afternoon.
Yeah, clearly, I was listening. Sorry about that. 2 college baseball teams took the field Tuesday, having lost a combined 141 games in a row. Hey, if you're going to do something, be the best at it, right?
There you go.
The astounding losing streak finally ended for both teams because we had a doubleheader yesterday. Lehman College and Yeshiva University. That kind of stinks. One's a college, one's a university. I mean, kind of snootiness between the two. Now, they split a doubleheader that ended the streaks of futility for both Division III schools. In the opening game, the Lehman Lightning ended a 42-game losing skid when they beat the Yeshiva Maccabees. I'm pretty sure I said that right. In extra innings, 7-6. How about that? That game going to extras. You want to talk about 2 teams who are probably fighting crazy hard in extra innings to end losing streaks like that? That would have been cool.
Well, long losing streaks too. At that point, do you even know what winning feels like?
Well, I don't think Yeshiva knows any winners on that
That's right.
team.
So Lehman ends their winning streak, or ends their losing streak. So they're trying to start a winning streak now. So you've got the second game, and Yeshiva, which is a modern Orthodox Jewish school in New York, then ended a 100-game losing streak. Nice of them to lose the first one to get to around 100, right? By beating Lehman, which is also located in the Bronx. In the second game, 9-5, the Maccabees celebrated on the field at Fairleigh Dickinson in New Jersey, where the team plays their home games. Yeshiva had last won on February the 27th, 2022, in a doubleheader sweep over John Jay. Lehman's last victory for Lehman had come May 9th, 2023, with a 7-4 win against Baruch College. I'm going to say Baruch. That's what it looks like to me. Justin Chamorro pitched a complete game for Lehman in the opener and said it was critically important. I felt tremendous relief afterwards. Despite falling behind 4 runs after 2 innings, the team remained determined and got their victory in the first game, and then Yeshiva. So congratulations to both schools for ending record.
He threw a complete game in extra innings?
Yeah. Looks like it.
In 2025?
Well, I think when your team has lost 42 straight games, you don't have too many pitchers. So,
man.
That was cool. He goes, I wasn't going to get out of that game regardless. I wasn't going to let my coach take me out. Not one pitch. Nope. If I had to go out 12 innings, I would have done them all. So good for him. Pretty cool. Pretty cool story there, actually, with... both teams losing and winning, so good for them. But, that was neat. I mean, I hadn't heard that one, and that was a cool story.
Yeah, I mean, we normally don't hear things out of Division III, like in the prominent media spaces, so to be able to see a story like that, it was, yes,
I think I picked it up off the mothership the other day.
Yeah.
Another interesting story last night. Boy, apparently goaltenders went on strike last night in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, a lot of goals.
4 hat tricks last night.
Yeah. I mean, even the night before with Dallas and
Joel Eriksson Ek and Macklin Celebrini, former first pick, both had hat tricks in the same game. With Eriksson Ek, I think had 4 goals in his game. Then Matthew, is it Nice? Is that how you say it for Toronto?
I believe so.
Knies. I'm going with Nice. And then the Flyers, Tyson Forrester, also had hat tricks. That's the first time that we've had at least 4 hat tricks on the same day in the NHL since April 1st, 2023, when there were 5. So that was pretty cool. Yes, Eriksson Ek had 4 goals, and it was in a return from injury. With the Wild winning that game over San Jose 8-7.
Wow.
Where Celebrini got his, I believe that's his first hat trick. So congratulations to him. And yeah, that was pretty cool. Other than my Rangers lost one of these, but hey, we lost to Caveman's. It's Caveman's year.
Yeah, well, not with the
Flyers.
Flyers.
It may have been Caveman's night.
Or the
night.
Phillies.
Yeah,
it can't be his year for the Phillies.
They won last night.
Watch out for the Phillies.
Yeah, they got a good team, man. And I think anytime that you go back into a season with basically the same team that you had the year prior, you're at least expecting to be in good position.
Quick run through yesterday's Major League Baseball scores. My Yankees got a win over Michigan Eddie's Tigers, 4-3. Max Fried 2-0 on the season now. Both teams sitting at 7-5. The Pirates get a victory over the Cardinals. Pirates now 5-8. Cards 5-7. That was a 2-1 contest.
Yeah.
Lawrence getting the victory for the Pirates. The Marlins blanked the Mets. There we go, Marlins. I don't love the Marlins. I just hate the Mets. 2-hitter combined effort there for the Marlins. Max Meyer getting the victory. Again, 5-0 Marlins win.
Fred Couples hold out from 191 yards on 14.
Freddie Boom Boom. Hey, 14 is a tough hole, too.
65-year-old.
Freddie Boom Boom.
65 years old.
That's my guy. The Rangers and the Cubs, 2 winning programs. I actually had both in the playoffs this year. Rangers get the victory 6-2 over the Cubbies.
My Brewers picked up a game.
There you go. Rangers sitting up 9-4. The Cubbies at 9-6. Padres, best record in baseball, I believe, right now at 10-3. They get the victory over the Athletics of nowhere. 2-1, 2-hitter for the Padres. Vasquez getting the victory.
What did we call them last week? The San Vegas?
San Vegas.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
The Oak Vegas. There you go. D-backs blanking the Orioles here. Orioles not off to a very good start. Brandon Pfaadt getting the victory there, and the interesting name to do. D-backs 7-6 on the year. They win 9-0. The G-men get the victory over the Giants. Giants at 9, or get the victory over the Reds. Giants at 9-3. Reds off to a rough start at 5-8. The Dodgers get a victory 6-5 over the Nats. Dodgers now 10-4. The Nats sitting at 5-7. Yates with a victory for the Dodgers. The Mariners beat the Astros. Beat those cheaters 7-6. Mariners sitting at 5-8. Astros at 5-7. The Guardians not having the kind of start I thought they were going to have, but they're up to 5-6 now with a 3-2 win over the White Sox, who since their opening day victory are 1-9, since playing more like the White Sox that we know. The Blue Jays, after ruining my prediction this year and signing Vladdy Jr. to a monster extension, get a victory in extras over the Red Sox, 2-1. Blue Jays sitting at 8-5. The Red Sox dropped to 6-7.
None of that Vladdy money has been deferred either. That's all up front.
That's right. The Angels and Rays played a good one. The Rays getting the win there, 5-4. Rays move up to 5-6. Angels having a good start.
Yeah, they
drop to 7-4.
Let's go, Ronnie Washington.
Wait until Mike Trout gets injured.
The Twins get past the Royals 4-0 here. 3-hit effort. Looks like Joe Ryan with the victory there for the Twins. He's definitely looked like their bright spot early in the year. He's pitched pretty well. Twins are 4-8. The Royals sitting at 6-6. Ross, gonna love this one. The Brew Crew popping up 17 on the Rockies, 17-2.
Trio's getting it going, baby.
Hey, Brewers 7-2 since that opening series against the Yanks. Hottest team in baseball right now.
I hope the Brewers save some runs for the rest of the series, though.
And unfortunately, our Bravos continuing their tremendous effort of losing one-run games.
Yeah, there you go. And it's just, it's just win one, lose one, win one, lose one. So.
Yeah, I used to make the joke, Southern Miss had the longest streak of we almost won those games, but now it's going to be the Braves. 4-3, the Braves fall in at Truist Park to the Phillies. Phillies moved to 8-3 on the season. The Braves dropped to 2-9, but hey, not winless anymore. So
yeah, there you go, and they will be.
Trell Hatton's leading solo now.
That's right.
The Braves will be right here on ESPN Northwest Florida tonight at coverage will start at 6 o'clock for a 6:15 first pitch. Schwellenbach going for the Braves, going up against Luzardo.
So as Chef Ross just said, Tyrrell Hatton with the lead through 12. He is at 4 under. Colin Morikawa, Scotty Scheffler, Justin Rose. That's a decent block there of major winners, sitting at 1 back, 3 under.
Jason Day, 2 under.
Yeah, after they toned down his attire. Freddie Couples at 1 under as we sit through 16, so great round there. Let's see, who else we got? Patrick Reed's at 1 under through 14. Joaquin Neiman has dropped back to 1 under. Big Bubba Watson at 1 under as well. Sergio Garcia, former Masters champion, at 1 under. Matthew Fitzpatrick, who I almost took for my international squad, he is at 1 under. Former champ Zach Johnson is in the clubhouse with an even par 72. I believe he was the 07 champion. Jordan Spieth has dropped back to even. Tony Finau at even. Maverick McNeely at even. Let's see who is having a rough day on the course.
Nick Dunlop is still finding every...
Oh, my God. He's 13 over through 14, 6 shots worse than the worst.
How many is he through?
He's through 14.
Let's look at his scorecard briefly.
Yeah, let's do that. Well, yeah, we got 40 seconds.
He bogeyed 1, bogeyed 3, bogeyed 4, tripled 5, bogeyed 9, so he's out in 43. I know what that's like, baby. Then he doubles 11, doubles 12, bogeys 13, and bogeys 14. Nick's having a rough day.
And we'll play some party music for him to take us out of here.
Well, again, folks, enjoy the Masters. Make sure you keep it right here. Listen to Dave in the Afternoon Underdogs. Ross, thank you for coming in, buddy. David, thank you as well. Ryan will be back next week, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Top 10 worst drivers in the United States of America.
James Hale rule.